Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to see the another topic of the Indian Contract Act, that is remedies for the breach of contract. Okay friends, so before going through this topic, you better go with the previous videos so that you can understand this topic very clearly. Because if you understand the concept of discharge of contract, then you can understand the breach of contract. If you understand the breach of contract, then you can easily understand the remedies for the breach of contract. Okay, first of all we'll go with the introduction here. So the introduction here is a breach of contract. Basically, a breach of a contract is one type of the discharge of the contract. Okay, so whenever the parties to the lawful contract are bound to perform their respective obligations. If any party fails to perform his obligations, it is called as a breach of contract. Breach of contract operates as the discharge of the contract. It is of two types, anticipatory breach and actual breach. So the breach is of two types, that is anticipatory breach and the actual breach. So whenever it is also one of the means a breach of contract operates as a one of the discharge of the contract. Okay friends, so what is breached actually? Whenever two parties, after entering into an agreement, one of the party fails to perform his respective obligations, whichever created or whichever his responsibility to perform those obligations. But if he fails to perform those obligations, then it is called as the breach. Okay, so whenever one of the parties to the contract fail to perform his obligations, his duties, then that is called as the breach of the contract. Okay, so if one is failing to perform his obligations, then the other party who has entered with this failed party has to suffer the loss. So to compensate his loss, means if for example, consider example, A and B are the two parties. A, due to some reasons, failed to perform his obligations. So if A failed to perform the obligations, then B has to suffer the loss, right? So for the party who is suffering the loss, there are some remedies for him. Okay, to compensate that loss, there are some remedies. What are those remedies? That we are going to study in this topic. Okay, so you better go through with the previous video, so to have the clear idea of the breach of contract. So in this video we are going through with the remedies here. Okay, following are the remedies available to aggrieved party and the breach of the contract. So aggrieved party here means a suffered party, the party who is suffered due to the breach of contract. Breach means failure of the performance of one party, means whoever failed, whoever failed to perform the obligation, means he's creating the loss to the another party in the contract. But the party whoever suffered is called as the aggrieved party. Okay, the party whoever suffered due to the failure performance of the another party is called as the aggrieved party. So what are the remedies available to this aggrieved party, we are going to study now. Okay, first remedy is cancellation or the rescission of the contract. What is a cancellation here? What is a rescission or cancellation? This rescission means cancellation here. Okay, so if two parties failed to perform the for example, consider an example. There are the two parties, A and B are the two parties. If there is some contract, like okay, I'll go with the example here. So A want to sell the 10 bags of rice to the B, but due to some issues, if A cannot supply the, so due to some issues, if A cannot supply the rice bags of 10 rice bags to the B, A and B enters into the contract for A to sell the rice bags, and B says that if you sell the rice bags to me, I will pay you 10,000 rupees. But due to some issues, A fails to sell that 10 bags of rice to the B. So on the fixed date, on some, for example, if they fixed on a 31st September of 2020. So on this date, the A has to supply the rice bags to the B, but due to some conditions, A fails to supply those 10 bags of rice to B on that fixed date. What is the fixed date here? 31st September 2020. So he fails to give that a delivery. So here B is suffering loss, right? Because B due to some, B is depending on A. A supply. So if A does not supply means B will get the loss. So the B has a right to claim the means he can cancel the contract, cancel see rescission of the contract. In this case, if he want, he can cancel the contract. B is a aggrieved party here, right? So B can cancel the contract and he can claim the damages from the A, and he can compensate his loss also. So these are the one type of the remedy available to the aggrieved party. Okay, if the breach of contract has been taken place. So we'll go through here. When the breach of contract by one party, the other party may sue to treat the contract as rescinded. Rescinded means the other party can sue to treat the contract as cancelled. And when the contract grants the rescission, aggrieved party is freed or absolved from all the obligations under the contract. Means whoever the party suffered, whoever the party aggrieved here, that aggrieved party can sue or can file a case against this another party. And if the rescission means if the rescission is granted by the court, then he will become free from all the obligations. Because why he is filing the case? He is filing the case because A does not perform his obligations. Okay, for what he is filing the case? He is filing the case for compensations. So if the rescission granted by the court, then B will become free from all his obligations. Because if A sells the rice bags to the B, then B has the obligation to pay the 10,000 to the A. But A is not doing his obligation, hence B will also get freed from his paying the 10,000 rupees as an obligation. Okay, he will also get free from those obligations. And due to loss suffered from his, he can claim the damages from the A. Okay, so this is one type of the remedy to the breach of the contract, which is called cancellation or the rescission of the contract. Okay, see here, he becomes entitled to the compensation for any damages which he suffered through the non-fulfillment of the contract. So this is an example I have explained here. Okay, next one is next remedy available here is restitution. It means return of the benefit received by one party to the contract from other party under a valid contract. When a contract becomes the void, it need not be performed by either party or the person who has received any advantage under the such agreement or the contract, which is bound to restore it or to make a compensation for it to the person from whom he received. So simply I will go with the example here. First of all, understand the meaning of restitution. Restitution meaning means return of the benefit, whatever the benefit received from the one. If two parties are entering into a contract, so one party gives his benefit to the another party, then another party must return whatever the benefit received from this first party to himself only. Means he has to returning the benefit, whatever the benefit received, that he has to return that. So that is the meaning of the restitution. Returning of the benefit is called as a restitution. So I'll go with the example here. So A and B are the two parties. They entered into a contract. A promises to pay to B 10,000 if B marries C. If B marries C, A says to B that I will give you 10,000 rupees if you B marries C. But due to some conditions or due to some unfortunately C died. So the agreement becomes void. For what they have entered, that subject matter is only gone. Means for C only these two people entered into contract, right? But C died, so B cannot perform the obligations because these with whom he has to perform, that party has died. So A also will not give the 10,000 if he means B says to A says to B, right, I will give you 10,000, and A gives 10,000 to the B. He gives the 10,000, but due to without knowing that C has died. But after before the date of the marriage, these two parties came to know that C had died. So B cannot perform the obligation, right? Obligation here is to marry the C. So but C died, so B cannot marry C, so that B cannot perform his obligation. because the party with whom he has to perform has died. So whatever the benefit received from the A, what is the benefit here? 10,000 rupees is a benefit. Hence the agreement become the void. This benefit received from A has to return to the A. Means B has to return the 10,000 to the A. That is called restitution. So due to breach of contract, whatever the restitution is one of the remedy. Means whatever the benefit received has to return to the party. Okay, because because this B cannot perform the contract, hence here breach happened, right? That's why. So this is one type of the remedy. Next one is a suit for the specific performance. In certain cases of the breach of the contract, the damages are not adequate remedy. In such case, the court may direct the party who committed the breach to perform what he promised to do. So in some cases, if consider A and B are the two parties. Due to some issues, the A and B are the two parties. A and B are the two parties. So A and B enters into contract. Okay, they made agreement and they entered into contract. But due to some issues, A cannot perform his obligations. So B has to suffer the loss here, right? Because he is not he dependent. These both parties are legally bonded, right? So if this party not performed the obligation, then this party will become the has to suffer the loss. But here due to whatever the loss suffered by the B cannot be compensated with anything. Means he whatever the loss he created to B, that cannot be compensated. Means here he given the money back, here he cancelled the contract. But in this case, he A has to perform those obligations, whatever he promised to perform, that he has to perform, because equal to that performance there is nothing to give to B. Means for gold we can give the gold, for 10,000 rupees we can give the 10,000, but whatever he promised, for that there is no substitute, or if there is no substitute, then court says that you have to perform those specific performance whatever you promised with the B. Okay, so these parties should not say that I cannot perform. They have to perform those obligations, because there is no substitute for those obligations whatever he promised with the B. So hence the court says that your performance is only the remedy, there is no another remedy. So A has to perform his performance. Okay, so this is a suit for the specific perform. If this B files the case for suit, means a case here, files the case for the specific perform, whatever you promised, that performance has to be done by you only. If B asks like that, and court also, if court feels that is right, then the court says to A that you have to perform the obligations whatever you perform, whatever you promise. So this is one type of the remedy. So next one here is next remedy here is specific performance can be granted in following cases. So what are the cases for means for specific performance, right? So under this only there are the three conditions where the compensation in money is not adequate relief. Means we cannot give the compensation in money to the aggrieved party. In that case the specific performance is demanded. And another one is where there is no standard for ascertaining the actual damage caused by the non-performance. Means by the whatever the damage caused by the non-performance cannot be compensated with the any other thing. In that case also actual performance is demanded. And where the compensation cannot be obtained, means a compensation, I told right, compensation, if compensation cannot be obtained, in that case also court demands, and the aggrieved party also goes to court for a specific performance. In such cases the specific performance has to be done by the party. So here the example is sale of the land and some rare articles that cannot be prepared again, and sale of the land also considered as a specific performance, right? So these are the two examples here. And next one is a suit for the injunction. Injunction here means stopping means a suit for stopping the wrongful act is called as a injunction. See, an injunction is a preventing the relief. It is an order of the court restraining a person doing or continuing the wrongful act. For example, Warner Brothers versus Nelson. So I will explain it with the example. Okay, So here N is a actress, so this Nelson maybe she is a actress. Okay, consider she is a actress, so signed she signed exclusively with the Warner Brothers to act with them, means to act under their direction for some months. Okay, but in the agreement she mentioned that during this working time I won't sign for the other companies to act, or I will not act with the another companies. But after signing like that, she within the 3 months she has to work with this Warner Brothers. But in the middle of the 3 months she also signs with the another company, some XYZ company she also signs. So means this Warner Brothers goes to the court and files a case against this Nelson, who is an actress. They says that she has signed us with for 3 months, but she is entered with another agreement with the XYZ company. So then the court says that the court also stops this Nelson actress to work with this XYZ company until this completion of the 3 months. Means the court stops this Nelson till the 3 months. So doing the wrongful act, actually she has to work with this Nelson brothers for 3 months. So until the 3 months, the court says that you should not work with the XYZ company. That means stopping her to perform her wrongful act. So next one here is a suit for quantum merit, means see here the word quantum merit means a payment in the proportion of the work done, in the proportion of the amount of the work done, means whatever the work done, for that in that proportion only he has to give in the amount. For example, if any worker is employed for the 3 hours of the labor, then whatever the payment required to means whatever the payment in proportion to this 3 hours, for example 2000, so that 2000 has to pay for him whatever the work he done. Okay, so this is a small example. Here I will go with the example here. C as a employed as a managing director in a company, means C is a person who is employed as a managing director in a XYZ company. But due to after some months it was found that the directors has not a the directors not having the power to employ this any managing director. Okay, so but they accidentally means without knowing they employs this C person as a managing director. So they says that you have to so after the months they known that directors has no power to employ any employee in the organization. So whatever the obligations rendered by the C, means whatever the work done by the C until this known, means whatever the work done by C till now, means now the directors came to know that they should not employ any employee in the organization. So till now whatever the work done by this C, for that work he has agreed with the, means for example 3 months he has rendered the services, they agreed with the 10,000 for the 3 months. So whatever the work he has done, for that the amount whatever accepted, that must be given in proportion to the work done. Okay, so if work done, the amount must be given, that too in the proportion of the work done. So this is about the suit for quantum merit. Okay, so this is about the quantum merit. Next one is a suit for damages. So when a contract is breached, the injured party is entitled to file a suit for damages. Damages may be different types. So the fundamental principle of awarding the damages is not punishment but compensation. The object of awarding the damages for breach is to put the injured party in the same financial position in which he would be if it performed. So suit for the damages means the parties who has suffered, the injured party in the contract can go for the court and file a suit for the damages. Means they can, the party whoever injured or aggrieved party can go to the case, and they can file the case against the another party who is failed to perform those obligations. Okay, for what? For the damages, for the compensation. Okay, because why they are claiming those damages means the main purpose of giving the compensation or the damages to the aggrieved party is to put those aggrieved party, if the obligation is performed in whatever the, if obligation is performed, he will be in the good position, right? So even if not performed, they should be in the good position. So to maintain that good position, he has to given some damages. Okay, so that damages is given for the for the aggrieved party as a compensation, but not as a punishment. Okay, okay, so this is a main reason for giving the damages. This is a reason actually, because he has to be put in the good position. If the performance has performed, then how he will stay in the good position? To keep in that good position, the damage has been given to the parties. So friends, this is about the remedies. Okay, remedies for the breach of contract. And next topic related to this, suit for damages. Under this, there are the different types of the damages, so that will be seen in the next video. So the video is getting too much length, so that's why. So friends, if you like my video, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Okay friends, bye.